Kings and Blazers tonight, and it feels like a sneaky, big, early season matchup for the Sacramento Kings where they desperately need a win.
Dramatic.
No, it's not.
I think dramatic. I think that's definitely dramatic. I think.
You'd say if they lost tonight, it'd be like, oh, it's okay. You got another one coming up tomorrow against Utah.
No, only because they lost to Portland and to Utah in the preseason.
Yeah.
I'd be like, holy shit! Is this what we're actually going to see and have? But at the same time, I just hate when so many people around the league go, this team's supposed to be bad. This team's supposed to be bad. Well, Portland, sure, they only have one win. The Kings don't have a win at all, and they looked good in that one win, especially with doing all the little things. We saw how their length and their size affected the Kings in the preseason. So all the same things I'm a little bit worried about, but then also them being able to kind of mesh and bring it together where we haven't seen the Kings really mesh and bring it together yet.
Yeah, we've seen the moments and glimpses from the Kings where it's looked great, and then you see that Minnesota game where the end of the third wasn't good, the stretch in the fourth wasn't good, then the Lakers 21-0 run to start the fourth. So you want to see some good basketball tonight from Sacramento against a team that's not supposed to be good, but what you just mentioned, they played the Pelicans yesterday, so they're on the second half of back-to-back, played an afternoon game. They won 125-103. And I think one of the keys tonight, rebounding is going to be everything.
Everything.
The Kings got out-rebounded against Minnesota, but it felt like they kept it close.
Sure.
Against the Lakers, it wasn't close. And the number from Portland last night, that was staggering. They had 22 offensive rebounds turned into 25 second chance points.
That number right there. I mean, that is putting that extra effort in. And how many times have we heard Mike Brown talking about his guards needing to crash from the corners? And we've seen a lot of it come from Keegan Murray. But you're going to need more of it, not just from Keegan Murray, but from everyone as well. And when you look at that, just the defensive rebounds, Sabonis is going to need help. You're going to guards. You have to put your body on people. Even if you want to get out and run, you got to make sure you do one job at a time.
Yeah, they have length with Jeremy Grant out there, right? Jabari Walker. And then you look up front with Ayton, and then the rookie Donovan Clingan. I'm sorry, he comes out there and he's just a monster, and you see he impacts things defensively in a big way. So Sabonis has been on a great stretch the first two games. He was awesome against Anthony Davis. Needed to play with that same force. The thing I'm looking forward to tonight, too, is to see what the minutes look like. After the first game, Mike Brown's like, yeah, I can't play these guys. Our starters 40 minutes a night. And then against the Lakers, he played those guys 40 minutes a night. This is game 3 tonight. You cannot be running guys into the ground early in the season. This is going to be a game where the bench is going to have to get some minutes and step up.
In some opportunities, right? And you talk about stepping up. That's what sucks for Mike Brown is that if people are not giving him exactly what he needs, he goes, okay, screw it. I don't trust it. I want to go back to what I know. But he has to let it go a little longer. Even though the Kings, like you said, are desperate for this win, are people going to be complaining after the game that so-and-so played too long and so-and-so played too long and they didn't get their starters back in? You can't be complaining about both. He's still trying to figure out what that rotation is going to be while trying to get that W. So it's going to be a hard balancing act, but listen, everyone's just got to do their jobs tonight. Whether you're getting 10 minutes in the game, whether you're playing 30 minutes, and even for Coach Brown and his coaching staff, just making sure that they're giving opportunities to the depth.
And it could be a good time for these starters to build a little more chemistry. We've seen some good stuff from the starters when they're playing with pace. Kings have over 30 fast break points, and right now, early stats, they're number 1 in fast break points. They're 6 in pace. When it's getting up and down the floor, it looks fantastic. Sometimes in the half court, doesn't always look great. There's been moments of it looking really nice, and moments where it's So this is a good opportunity to try to get something going. And I think the other key is dude, you're at home. This is a game. If you're a good team, if you're a legit team,
I was gonna say.
You win this game. And honestly, I'm not trying to diminish Portland. We've given them a lot of love on this, right? They've got dangerous weapons. Anthony Simons is a bucket. God. He can get going from 3 and he could change the landscape of game. But if you're a legit team, you're at home, you win by 15, 20 plus, and you're playing your deep bench late in the game and getting ready for the Jazz tomorrow night.
And you say if you're a legit team, but sometimes I think, everyone coming into this season is looking at this Kings roster and being like, this is a legit team, which is absolutely fair. But when it's not meshing, it's just hard to identify them even as a legit team until it does start meshing, until we do see that easy flow for this Kings roster. And again, you see those stretches, and I believe it's going to come.
The defense has to be better too. I thought there were moments in the Lakers game where the defense had some nice moments, and then they fell apart. The Blazers and pick and roll action, when you've got those bigs and you've got guards like Anthony Simons who could step up and hit a three, attack the basket. Scoot can get paint touches. We saw that in the preseason, and all of a sudden he's spraying.
No bullshit runs. Like
bullshit runs.
You talk about the stretches and the stretches of good the Kings have, and then when the Lakers went on that 21-0 run in the top of the fourth, it was like, oh man, the Lakers were doing great. That's going to happen. LeBron's hitting his shots, their flow, everything's good. But for the Kings, there's just got to be more urgency when it becomes a 6-0 run, right?
Yep.
Like you just can't let it keep going.
So we go live after every game, and tonight we're wearing our Halloween costumes after the game.
Yeah, it's a Halloween episode. We got to do it every year.
It's a Halloween episode, okay? But the Halloween episode may not hit the same if it's a Kings home loss to the Blazers. I'm just going to be honest.
If we look like idiots in our we're going to look like idiots in our costumes either way. So
all right,
sorry.
Well, let us know how you're feeling about this game against the Blazers. What do you want to see tonight? Drop your predictions in the comments below. Hit the thumbs up and subscribe.
Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo. They tell you what they know. Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo. The podcast that you know.